Hi there! Last time, I built a mini shell that could run commands using the system function. That was really cool, but now we're going to make it feel more like a real Linux shell by using execvp function. Why switch from system function to execvp function or execute vector path function? The problem with the system function is that it just hands our command string over the default shell, like Bash. It's like asking another program to do the job for us. But real shell don't do that. They create a child process and then use execvp function or execute vector path function to replace the child with the program we want to run. That's exactly what we'll do here. Here's our new shell works. First, it reads the commands from the user. Second, it breaks down the codes, or it breaks it into pieces like ls. It becomes ls, then followed by the null. Third, it creates a new process with fork function. Fourth, in the child process, it runs the execvp function or the execute vector path function with the command. Fifth, in the parent process, it waits for the child to finish. Then, this is literally the foundation of the Bash, Zsh, and other shell works. Breaking down the code. First is the parse input function. It uses a string token function to split the command into arguments. For example, if you type ls, it becomes argument 0 equals ls, then argument 1 equals null. execvp function or execute vector path function needs this format to work. Second is the fork function. It creates a new processes. So first is the child process. It runs the command using execvp function. The parent process waits until the child finishes, so we don't end up with chaos. If you type exit, the shell just breaks out of the loop and quits. So in short, we've gone from a toy shell with system function to a proper shell engine using a pork function and execvp function or execute vector path function. This is a huge step forward understanding how operating system and shells really work.